Hi everyone, my name is Roberta and welcome to the 5 Minutes or Less How-To series, where I share tips and tricks with you on arts and crafts in less than 5 minutes. Last time I shared with you that I'm DIY my bedroom, and I have been building a fake brick wall, which has taken quite a bit of time, and I'm making a great video for all of you. Well, this weekend I decided to take a little break and play with my glowforge machine. So today I'm going to share with you how to engrave pillowcases using your glowforge. I'm also going to share with you how to sublimate pillowcases using an Epson printer. Sublimation printer versus laser printer dance-off. Are you ready? Here are the materials that I used in the making of this video. I added links to the description of the video below, and I have no conflicts of interest. I picked a design to use on the pillowcase that I bought on Amazon. Please note that your results may be different by using different material. My pillowcase was very delicate and thin, and because of that, I selected very low settings on my glowforge. I used a piece of cardstock to put inside of my pillowcase to keep it straight when I placed it onto my glowforge tray. I then used magnets to keep the pillowcase in place. And after putting the design onto the computer and to my glowforge, I selected the settings on the screen and pushed that glow button and waited about an hour to engrave the entire thing. And for the first time using my glowforge, I was not all that pleased with the outcome. The material ripped a little bit, so I had to use some hot glue. It didn't turn out like I wanted to. It was pretty light in color. So I decided to use the same design on the other side of this pillow using a sublimation technique. If you haven't checked out my Epson printer sublimation hack video, I highly recommend it. There I show you how to essentially transform a regular inkjet printer into a sublimation printer. Alright, so I printed the same design I used when I engraved the pillowcase on my glowforge. But this time around, I mirrored the image when I printed it. Every time you sublimate something, you need to mirror it because you're going to place the paper upside down. I placed a piece of cardstock inside of my pillowcase to soak up any extra sublimation ink. Otherwise, sometimes the sublimation ink will go from one layer to the next layer of the actual material. And then I used a heat-resistant tape to secure my design onto the pillowcase. I used a Cricut heat press mat and a machine to sublimate the material at about 385 for about 60 seconds. I normally moved my heat press machine around onto the entire design, and this is where taping comes in really handy, because if you tape it really well, it will prevent your design from essentially being blurry as you move it around. Once the 60 seconds were up, I removed the heat press machine, waited for the material to cool down, and then removed the paper, and there you have it. A beautiful, solid design. Okay, let's rewind that. Glowforge engrave versus sublimation. Side by side, I'll let you decide. I am definitely a fan of making pillowcases, and for me, sublimation is a win here. You can pick a beautiful, beautiful design, a colorful design. It takes less than 5 minutes to complete the project, and the design stays onto the material, even after washing it. With the glowforge, you can pick a beautiful design, but you can only engrave in one color, and the project can take up to an hour or sometimes more than an hour to complete. And your engraving may come off once you put it onto the washing machine. In my case, the material also ripped a bit. All in all, it was a great trial, and I learned something new with my glowforge machine. But I'm gonna stick with sublimation for pillowcases in the future. So, what is your favorite technique? Are you an engraver or a sublimator for pillowcases? I hope you drop your comments down below and that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks. See you later.